Hello friends, in this video we'll talk about this. This is structure of benzene. Now we will try to investigate how researchers, scientists, they come up with the structure of benzene in this form. We will try to prove that why structure of benzene is like this. So there are a lot of reactions, lot of assumptions in this video to prove this right. Let's do it. Now our investigation starts from the molecular formula of benzene. Now elemental analysis and molecular weight determination shows that this molecular formula of benzene is C6H6. Now any alkane with the same number of carbon atoms, its formula is C6H14, that is our N-hexane. Now this shows that structure of benzene is a bit different from hexane. Now how it is different? Let's see. Unsaturated nature of benzene. Now what is this unsaturated nature? Just now we see this is the difference between their molecular formula. Now this shows that structure of benzene is not a straight chain structure, it might be different. Okay, and this suggests there is unsaturation. There might be double bond or triple bond present in the structure of benzene. Now this can be proved by various reactions. First reaction is ozonolysis. Now if we carry out ozonolysis of benzene, then we get benzene triozonide. Similarly, so benzene reacts with ozone to give benzene triozonide. This is first reaction. Secondly, benzene reacts or undergoes reduction. Okay, this benzene undergoes reduction in presence of metals like platinum at 200 degrees Celsius. It gives cyclohexane. Now these reactions show that there is unsaturation present in the structure of benzene. Okay, now we can draw a conclusion that either in structure of benzene there are 3 double bonds. Why? Because 3 ozone molecules are required for during this ozonolysis reaction, and 3 molecules of hydrogens are required to convert benzene into cyclohexane. That's why we say there are at least there are 3 double bonds or 1 triple bond and 1 double bond. Now similar to unsaturated nature, benzene structure has some properties of saturated compounds. In our laboratory during practicals, how we identify whether the compound contains unsaturated linkages or not? By simple test, that is action of KMnO4 and action of bromine water. Okay, so same when we carry out these reactions, action of KMnO4 and bromine water on structure of benzene or benzene compound, it shows there is no decolorization. In first, it shows unsaturated compounds are present, unsaturated linkages are present. This shows there is no decolorization, that means it also has some properties of saturated compounds. Now the next type of evidence which we come across is whether the structure of benzene is open chain or a closed chain. Suppose if we carry out nitration reaction of this compound, this is your N-hexane. If we carry out nitration, then we get three different products. The nitro group it attaches at three different positions. First product will be nitro group will be here. Second product will be nitro group will be on this carbon atom. And in the third product you will observe nitro group at this carbon atom. So these three products we get when we carry out nitration of a straight chain compound, N-hexane. But when we carry out same nitration reaction of benzene, we get nitrobenzene, only single compound. Now this reaction suggests that structure of benzene is not an open chain, but it is a closed structure or a closed chain. Now cyclic nature of benzene can, again we just have previously we discussed about this particular reaction, that when benzene undergoes reduction in presence of metals like platinum at 200 degrees Celsius, it is converted into cyclohexane. So this is again a reaction which, or an evidence which suggests that the structure of benzene is a cyclic. So from all these reactions we can conclude that the structure of benzene, or the benzene is unsaturated compound containing double bond but behaves like a saturated compound. This is a simple conclusion we can draw from all these evidences. So with all these evidences and properties of benzene, various scientists they come up with structure of benzene. So these are some of the examples. First structure is the formula given by Kekulé, which we generally draw to represent structure of benzene, and these are the other formulas. Now many of these formulas they are rejected for some or other reason. These reasons are this clause diagonal formula as well as this Dewar formula. These two formulas or structures of benzene, they are rejected just because there are no para linkages present in structure of benzene. Just now we have seen various properties and reactions of benzene. We never observe any para linkages present in benzene. So these two structures they are rejected on this basis that there are no para linkages present in benzene. Okay, now what do you mean by para linkages? Para linkages means this carbon and this carbon they are attached. Such kind of structure or such kind of reactions we never observe, or in this structure these are para linkages. Okay, now the clause, again this clause and the Armstrong-Bayer formula, these two structures they are rejected on the basis that benzene do not react with hexavalent atoms like sulfur. That is totally on the basis of their reactivity. They do not react with sulfur. So the structure of benzene will not be like this, because sulfur is a hexavalent atom. It should have reacted with benzene if the structure of benzene is one of these. But it doesn't happen. It never happens. Now the Liedenberg prism formula. If we look at this structure, you will observe there is no double bond or there is no unsaturation present in the structure. Now this was the basis that this structure of benzene is rejected. Now this, after this some of you might think that Kekulé, when he proposed its structure in 1865, everybody must have approved it without any objection, but it doesn't happen. Or it is not so. Initially, the kQa structure is also rejected. There are certain objections raised to this structure. Now what are those objections? First objection is the isomer number. Now what do you mean by isomer number? Let's draw two structures of benzene to make you understand what this means. So these are two structures with two different molecular formulas. Now in this, X is substituted on benzene. In structure 1, it is substituted on adjacent carbon atoms, and these carbon atoms are attached to each other with a double bond. In other structure, it is substituted on adjacent carbon atoms which are attached to each other by a single bond. Now the objection raised is these two structures are isomers of each other, and it is it is not explained by Kekule in its drawing or in its hypothesis. The explanation which was given to overcome the objection of isomer number is that Kekule proposed that benzene or its double bonds, these double bonds, they are not static but they keep on rotating. So both these structures are of a same compound, they are not different compounds. Okay, so this was the major hypothesis, you can say, or a rational explanation given by Kekule, which still we follow, that both these structures, they are of a same compound. Okay, now the second objection which was raised for Kekule structure is about heat of hydrogenation. Let's talk about this. Now heat of hydrogenation means the hydrogenation of cyclohexane, how much amount of energy is evolved during this reaction. Now if it is first compound with only one unsaturation, okay, that is cyclohexadiene. Okay, now if we add hydrogen to this, it is converted into cyclohexane and there is energy of around 28.6 kilocalories per mole. If there are two double bonds in benzene ring structure, this is 1,3-cyclohexadiene, this is cyclohexene. Okay, if I've made a mistake, please correct it. Now if we carry out hydrogenation of this cyclohexadiene, again it gives cyclohexane with, if one double bond gives 28.6 kilocalories, then the two double bonds, their hydrogenation will give you around 57.2 kilocalories. That is, this is theoretical value. Actual value is 55.4 kilocalories. You can say this is almost equal with the theoretical value. Now when we carry out same hydrogenation reaction of benzene, or now we do not call this as a benzene, we call it cyclohexatriene, or one of the Kekule structure. If we carry out hydrogenation, again the product will be same and the liberated amount of energy has to be 85.8 kilocalories per mole. That is 3 multiplied by 28.6, because there are 3 double bonds. This is a theoretical value. The observed value is 49.8 kilocalories per mole. That means we think that benzene contains high energy, but when we carry out hydrogenation reaction, we observe the expected amount of energy is not this. The actual, this is what is expected and this is what we got. That means benzene has less energy. How much less? If we 85.8 minus 49.8 is equal to 36 kilocalories per mole. So benzene is more stable than cyclohexatriene by 36 kilocalories per mole energy. Now this is called as resonance energy. Resonance energy is a measure of how much more stable a resonance hybrid structure is than its extreme resonance structure. So you can say this is extreme resonance structure of benzene. It should have the hydrogenation energy, its hydrogenation energy should be 85.8, but the observed is 49.8 kilocalories. So this difference shows that we think benzene must have high energy, but benzene does not have high energy just because of these double bonds, but its exact energy is less and it is stable from cyclohexatriene with 36 kilocalories per mole of energy. We discuss the second part of this structure of benzene in next video. Till then, bye.